Hello there and welcome to Preston Builds. I've got a few things that I want to do in the Lego City today. I've just recently put a light kit in this year's modular build in the Jazz Club, and I want to get that back into the city. As you can see, I've got a place for it just there. I've recently built the Brick Artisan Botanical Gardens from Rebrickable. I want to get that into the Lego City today. I've also got the Lego Chinese New Year's sets, the Spring Lantern Festival and the Festival Fair sets that I want to get into the Lego City. I needed to create a space for them. I've done that now, so it's time to get those in as well. So this is the space I've created in the Lego City in front of these modular buildings for those two festival sets that I mentioned earlier. They're going to go along there, and hopefully in the future I'm going to create a train station here which they'll overlook, which I think will be quite nice. And then there is the Brick Artisan Botanical Garden set, which is from Rebrickable, that I got instructions for. This takes two of the Lego Botanical Garden sets plus I think 103 extra pieces, and that creates what I think is a really nice looking modular style building for the Lego City, and that's going to go along that front with those festival sets as well. I think that will look really good there. So let's get those sets on there and take a look. There are the three sets in place, and what I like about having these sets here is they're quite low sets, so you can still see over the top of them to the modular buildings that are behind. Obviously only these ones are really the ones that are going to be staying there. This is kind of just a temporary place for those. I mean, that one's not even finished, neither is that one. And then hopefully, you know, maybe I can get the new Natural History Museum that's coming out on 1st of December there, or who knows, maybe the Avengers Tower if that ever gets announced. So there, those three buildings at the front there looking really good, and I have two options for them really. I can have them in this layout with the two festival sets next to each other and the botanical gardens at the side there, or I can have it like this where the botanical gardens is in the center of the two festival sets. The one thing I do know is the Spring Lantern Festival does have to go this side, because I do like this side entrance right here that's going to be along this path here outside the bookstore. I like that entrance, so that set has to go there. So it's just deciding which way around these two go. I do think that it's better with the two festivals together, I'd have to say. Well, we'll have to decide a bit further down the line, but yeah, this is the area for these three sets. Like I said, it's going to look really good being able to still see over them the buildings behind. Another thing that I do want to do is create a bit more of a sidewalk in front of these sets. So instead of actually creating more wood for the front, because that will take away from my potential train station, what I'm thinking to do is on the road plates actually cut into these. So I'll cut away 5 studs of the road plates so that these three buildings can then push back, and then that will give me extra room in the front to make a sidewalk. But before we get to the drama of cutting base plates for the Lego City, let's get the Jazz Club back into the Lego City. So like I said, I've just recently put a lighting kit into it from Game of Bricks, which looks really good. And also recently I've spent a bit of time trying to get the lights back into the Lego City. It's been a while since I've had them in, since we've come to the new room really, because they all got disconnected, and I've just put the modulars in their place but not connected them to any USB ports or anything like that. So they've just been unlit, but now I've spent the time getting them all plugged in and looking really good, which I'll show you right now. So there we go. These are all the lights that we have in the Lego City. There are a few buildings that we don't have lit up. As you can see, the construction site we don't have, the pet shop there, Ghostbuster Firehouse, the bowling alley doesn't have any lights, and then over in the corner the Lego store and that mock over in the corner, that's still without lights. Quite a good amount of buildings do have lights in the Lego City. Oh, the boutique hotel is still without lights, which I'm quite surprised at with it being an official modular. And the Jazz Club will go there, and that's gonna look really good on the corner there, being all lit up. So when I was putting all the light kits back into the Lego City, I recently drilled holes down into the wood, which makes it a lot easier to get the wires down below the tables and easy to plug in. That way I can just feed the USB down the hole once it goes down there. And then the modular can just slide back into its original place, which is awesome. I'll get that all tiled in, and then hopefully this part of the city will be complete as well, getting the Palace Cinema all tiled in as well. My only problem is this corner of the road plate. I'm not too sure what to do with that. This is what I have on the other curved road plate, which works pretty well, and I like that. So I could do a similar thing. We'll have to wait and see. So Preston is my tiling expert, so I'll set him on the tiling job while I work on that other side of the Lego City that I was mentioning earlier. So I have decided to go with the botanical garden off to the side and have these two Chinese New Year sets together. I think that looks a lot better. I went ahead and I cut the road plates like I said I was thinking about doing, as you can see there. And it's not too bad because I cut away the crossing section of the road plates. You know, they were on the other side of the road, so now I'm going to have a lot of a wider pathway for that side of the sidewalk, which is good for, you know, making scenes and having the minifigures walk by, maybe putting trees and stuff in there. So doing that has allowed me to have more space in front of the new sets that I've put in, giving me a much wider sidewalk, which is what I wanted. And I've gone ahead and I've cut up some old base plates for that sidewalk, and I've put that in place. What I'll need to do now is tile all of that, as well as the ones that I had in front of the Friends Central Perk and Apartment Mock, another brick artisan model there. So I'll go ahead and get all of that done, and then we'll see how it looks after. Preston has bailed on me, so it's actually me that's going to be doing the tiling this time around. He just hasn't got the stay power. Well, that was extremely boring and tiring, but thankfully it's all done now, and it looks a lot better. The one thing I can say about it though is it does look very boring, so something definitely needs to be added. And I remember building something on a set quite recently that I thought would go quite well along the front here, but I'm just trying to think what it was that I built. What have I built recently? That's it. It was Ninjago City Markets, and it was this little flower bed here. So it's a 1 stud wide flower bed. Obviously it's got the tiles on each side, which makes it a little bit thicker, but I thought that like having these down along the centre of this sidewalk will break up that grey and make it look a lot better. And I just need to get the parts for those, because I don't have any 1x2 bricks with 2 studs on both sides. I've just had a look and I don't have any, so I'd have to get some of those. But that would definitely break up all that grey, because at the minute it looks so much better being tiled, but that does look rather dull and boring. And I can even put a couple down this side in front of the Friends Central Perk set. So yeah, those 3 sets are all in place and tiled in. Very happy with those. I think they look really good. And this is the first thing you see as you walk into the Lego room as well. The door's right behind me, so you walk in, you'll see those, and then the rest of the Lego City there. So yeah, definitely not a bad sight when you first walk into the Lego room. And then we obviously put the Jazz Club in as well. As you can see, the lights are on, and it's all tiled out the front. I've left this corner section free for the time being. Hopefully come up with something that can go in there, whether it be the green area like I showed you earlier on the other bend, or something different. I do remember one time in a previous version of the Lego City, I actually had this newsstand on one of them curved road plates, and that didn't look too bad. I'm not going to be moving this one from this location, but you know, maybe some sort of other store could go there. That would be a good idea. So more tiling behind these new sets that I've put in on the sidewalk here. I've actually run out of these light bluish grey 1x6 and 1x8 tiles that I'm using for the curbside, so I need to get some of those as well. And yeah, just carry on with the tiling on that side. Boring, but it's got to be done, I'm afraid. Really pleased with how these 3 sets have turned out going together. Really like that one in the middle, actually, that stands out. I don't think I've actually shown off this set before, but it's actually a mock of the Temple Fair set that I found on Rebrickable. So it's designed to look and go with the Spring Festival set, and I think they look really good together. So I was really pleased when I got those instructions and put them together. And then adding the botanical gardens, you know, nice addition in my opinion. But that is it for this update on the Lego City. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. That will really help us out. And we'll hopefully see you in the next video. See ya!